because of the aerial approach. You can see the same way he's approaching it with Sea Viper, with the burn kick.
Damn, that's actually bars. Yeah, that's a pretty good analysis. If there's something about like the air approach that JP King is just not familiar with or really like comfortable with, you have that problem on both ends with Cammy and Sea Viper. That is an excellent call out.
But there's that overhead that connected, and Doc Corgi just making all the right reads. Look at this air-to-air conversion here. Didn't want to risk it with the roundhouse to the OD burn kick. That I feel like that's the most difficult part of this combo, but nice and straightforward into the aerial OD. Actually, the grounded OD burn kick into level 2 there.
You get a lot of time off of that.
Deal.
Specifically off that situation, you have plenty of time to like confirm off of any sort of like airborne activity. So really good routing overall to understand like this is going to be more than enough damage to get this level 2. I'm thoroughly impressed with the way he navigated that JP matchup. But you could kind of genuinely say that there's a lot of tendencies that Doc Corgi has against JP King. Like he's understood like what JP King is looking out for, I should say specifically, to run him over in a 3-0 fashion. You could see like the offensive threats that he's presenting primarily in the air, and also the callouts against Amnesia, the callouts against delayed normals. He's had it all down pat, I feel like, even before they played.
Yeah, I feel like when you're a character, especially like Sea Viper or other characters that do a lot of damage like Ryu, Marisa, you get really, really scared to do Amnesia because of situations like that where you're just like, what if the Amnesia gets blocked? I am about to eat like 40 to 60% depending on how much super bar that they have. And you saw him introduce it early. You never saw him do it again. I did not see one Amnesia happen after that again.
That's fair, yeah.
And like the pressure as well with the delayed flame kick, it punished his wake up, JP King's wake up crouch jab multiple times. It seemed like, and he was mashing it because you saw 3 come out, and then one of them got punished by the delayed burn kick. So
you could also threaten with like meaty Seismo, no? And you could super jump cancel in case if they try to like DI, if they block it, because you're going to be heavily punishable if it's blocked. That also we didn't even get to see come into play, because I'm thinking about the way like Ryu would navigate around Amnesia, whether they delay your normals or they have like enough spacing to do like a meaty fireball to hit at the tail end to get like a counter hit or whatever. Yeah, there's a lot that she could do against Amnesia. I didn't even think about it.
You just got to set it up correctly, and it looks like Doc Corgi was able to get that going.
Hell yeah. So that puts JP King in the losers finals, right? His reward is going to be facing off against Serini or Emperor, depending on how that goes. And speaking of which, let's get it on. Let's see it. Kimberly versus Ken.
Serini versus Emperor. Last time head-to-head they played against each other was World Warrior number 2, where Serini took it over him 2-1.
Was there a follow-up after that?
There was. I guess they played each other twice in World Warrior number 2, so I guess they met each other in the grand finals again. So Serini took it 2-1 over him in the winner's side, and then when they played again, it was 3-1 again for Serini. So it looks like Serini has the upper hand right now on the record against Emperor. Let's see how Emperor adapts.
Looking forward to it. Very heavy on the offense for both ends. Kimberly more so the mixed master in comparison. Emperor has been doing a great job of like kind of suffocating people with like the ranges he's been playing at, specifically with like a lot of the mediums he's been catching people with. But drive rush forward, that's always unexpected. As the opening gambit.
Yeah, and Serini we've seen many times open up with his own options, right? The diversity that he's introduced. But from this very first round, it was Emperor that started with the drive rush stand jab, but ODDP gets hit by the second can.
That's
no